happen, and it did somehow.
There's pride in knowing who you are.
Yes, girl.
Just for
A
a
thrill.
thrill.
Girl, them were some good days. We had a good time.
Willie Mae Coleman has 90 years worth of stories,
We were poor. Our parents was very, very poor.
but found wealth in the little things.
But the music, people start playing music, they didn't forget all of that. Child, we'd all be out in the neighborhood around there dancing out in the yard.
She's known as the mayor of South Dallas. Her work in the community and with various leaders backs it up too, creating memories like the ones shared with family.
His mother always dressed him up.
Stories that can't be told in just one visit to her South Dallas home.
That's my mom. That's the farmer, Eula Mae Shaw. That was her maiden name.
And her grandmother,
Sophronia. Sophronia Shaw. Sophronia's maiden name was Townsend.
a name belonging to Mr. Townsend,
He owned my grandmother and them.
who owned the Louisiana farm where her family had no option but to work and live there.
She was 13. The man came and said, "Y'all free? Y'all free?" My grandmother said, "Free?" He said, the masters can't tell you what to do now, because y'all be free.
It's amazing the stories she continues to pass down.
You ready to go? He said, "I ain't going for you. I don't have to work for you, master. I can work for myself." And they started shooting at each other. Finally, they quit. They shot my grandmother, and the bullet went through her arm right there.
And it's daunting, the stories she simply doesn't know.
I don't know her parents' name, and what my grandmother's real name was, I don't know.
It's the disheartening reality of most descendants from Africa. But that's where American Ancestors' 10 Million Names Project comes in.
We are seeking to recover and restore the names of the estimated 10 million men, women, and children who were enslaved.
Cynthia Evans is research director.
It's important to uncover this information because we know that family history typically gives people a great sense of worth.
When researching Black families, most historians like Marvin Delaney turn to U.S. Census documents.
It just sort of gives you a capsule or a snapshot of how they were living and what was happening to them.
But the challenge is what most historians tracing Black families call the 1870 brick wall.
Prior to 1870, most African Americans, 90% of African Americans were enslaved. And so in, I would say, 1860, they're going to be listed on a slave schedule. They didn't even give their first names in 1840, 1850.
So for the past month, Cynthia has been coming here to the State Archives in Austin, researching Willie Mae's family history and hoping to break that 1870 wall.
And there's Willie Mae.
Eager to report back.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi,
I am Willie Mae Coleman.
I am Cynthia. It's so nice
Cynthia.
to meet you.
What she finds to Willie Mae and her cousin Gina.
Well, I have a 5-generation family chart for you.
It goes father's family and mother's family. So
Uncovering pieces to this family puzzle that up until now was based on oral history.
there is an interesting thing about Sophronia's family. She is a Townsend, but I found a census document with her name, and it looks like they may have gone back and forth between Townsley and Townsend. Slavery really obscured a lot of that information. The fact that people were not allowed to learn how to read and write.
Slavery was abolished in 1865, but freedom for many was not the freedom they'd hoped.
You talked about the story of when Sophronia finds out that she is free. And so when I did research, what I found was that Sophronia was born around 1880s. It has come down through your family and it tells you about what they experienced in that location. More than likely, she's talking about sharecropping.
Sharecropping is a system in which a person rents a portion of land and pays the owner with a share of the crop. For many Blacks, sharecropping was almost like slavery.
Anytime you get a story from family to help you fill in the gaps and give you a glimpse of what Sophronia's life was like, when you talk about the joy of them finding that they were free.
She said it was an amazing day for her. Oh, they danced a while and celebrated out in the dirt and kicked up their heels. They were free. I know she did. Oh, it's amazing.
While imagining the joy her grandmother felt, she also feels a joy of her own.
This is your daddy.
This is
Yes,
your daddy.
this is your dad.
This
Yes.
is your daddy.
This is your dad.
Oh, look at that.
For the first time, Willie Mae sees her father's World War II registration card. Robert Walker, a man who defended this country's freedom but had to move his family from Louisiana to Dallas and himself to California, all in search of a freedom of his own.
Oh, what a joy. What a joy.
To see their eyes light up, to see them connect with history, what they know about their family, it's a beautiful feeling.
I'm rejoicing. I'm so happy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy because just to know that that this is where we come from.
Exactly.
And I would love to know more and more and more.
So now, when she twists down memory lane,
Y'all think I'm crazy.
it's not just a pride in knowing who she is,
Go a long way.
Go a long way.
Hey.
but feeling closer to those who came before her.
Say that, Ray.
In South Dallas,
Yeah, baby.
I'm Brittany Moncrief.